You want a copy of that letter that station's been sending out?
Yeah, let's see. I never saw this. Let's see this one. Oh, this is from Nationwide?
Well,
from the radio station.
To the friends and fans of Howard Stern. The purpose of this letter is to provide you with a straightforward explanation of our difficult decision to discontinue airing the Howard Stern Show. It wasn't difficult. Please. We are acutely aware of your disappointment. Believe it or not, we are Howard Stern fans as well, and have been for a long time. Who's saying this? There's no signature on this.
Oh, yeah? Not letterheaded in any way?
Yeah. As you well know, decisions of this type always come down to the bottom line. Now listen to this. Although the Howard Stern Show generated high ratings, that they don't challenge, they did not translate into sufficient revenue to justify the investment in Howard's program. I tripled the billing there, even with their crummy sales team. And I told them from the first day that we examined the Dallas situation, we told them they had a crummy sales team. We are certain that if Howard's fans paid for his show like listeners do for public programming, costs would not be an issue. However, the Eagle's existence is dependent on advertising dollars. So now they're sending around a letter to everyone saying that I suck,
right,
that we can't make money for it. This is outrageous. Anybody want to know how much money? Check it. It's public record. How much money this show makes in New York? And I don't even get half the credit. If you buy time on our station in here, you got to buy time on the rest of the station.
Right, that's what I was going to say. You can't just come and buy time on this show.
We're making money hand over fist in every station we're on. Listen to this. In addition, after careful ratings analysis, our numbers clearly indicate that a significant number of Howard Stern's listeners are not really rock fans.
See, that's the other part that I was telling you about.
And tune out after a show. So in other words, here's the problem. The program director they got there gets handed in the morning a huge audience.
Yes.
The audience tunes out after I leave. Therefore, it's my fault.
Right.
In other words, we're bringing him a lot of unnecessary listeners. Instead of converting those listeners to fans of the station.
That's right. Figuring out what they want to hear and doing that.
They failed. Our mission is to be the rock station in Dallas. So in other words, having a big audience in the morning sampling your station
didn't do them any good.
Didn't do them any good. So what they're saying is dump the guy who was getting ratings and keep everything else that wasn't getting ratings.
Keep those people away who won't listen.
I mean, you've got to understand the logic of an insurance company buying a radio station. This is the logic. And the insurance company isn't even paying attention to this letter. If I owned this station and I read this letter, I would fire everybody who was working there. I would say, wait a second. You had a big audience in the morning. You have a small audience the rest of the day. So your conclusion is get rid of the guy with the big audience.
Make the station more uniform. Have no audience all day.
Yeah. In other words, we're more happy with having no audience all day. That's and I kept the Eagle in the top 10 of the radio stations. Yeah. So at least they used to fool their advertisers and say, hey, no, we're a top 10 radio station. So the advertisers would be fooled into thinking there was somebody listening to that crap. Our mission is to be the rock station in Dallas. Although some listener crossover exists, Howard Show did not provide us with the opportunity to capture, retain, and grow our overall rock fan base. Who wrote this?
This is a moron.
Notice nobody signs their name to this.
Nobody wanted to take credit for it.
Of course not, because it's in writing. And if I owned the radio station, I don't care how many billions I had, I'd be a little concerned. It is with utmost sincerity that we say Howard will be missed at the Eagle. The Howard years have been very memorable. As you may be aware, Howard's employer owns 7 other stations in this market, and we fully expect that one of them will air his show. No, I've already talked to our owner about the 7 stations, and all of them are making money, and they don't need a morning show. So he's wrong. I don't know why he's speaking for me and speaking for the owners of our company.
He's trying not to have people be angry at him.
Yeah, in other words, hey.
Deflect that anger.
Yeah. We'll be pursuing our rock image and our commitment to make the Eagle the rock station in Dallas. We hope to count on our rock fans for continued support. But you don't have any rock fans. You just said you didn't have any.
That's right. They really failed to see that.
Stay tuned for all rock, all day, every day on 97.1 The Eagle. That'll last for 3 months. And then the rock will be gone, too.
And they've written to a group of people who they say significantly do not like rock and roll.
Right.
They've written them that letter.
Yeah. They said the huge audiences don't like rock and roll.
So now, would you please listen to us for rock and roll?
Right. So now advertise on our station, because now we're going to have no audience.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. And they're all sitting there arrogant, listening to me today on the radio going, oh, he's just bitter. He's an idiot. I'm an idiot, okay. I'm an idiot. I'm the most successful disc jockey who's ever lived, but I'm an idiot. For Christ's sake. Speaking of Dallas, let's go over to Dallas. Stuttering John's there right now. Hey, John. Where are you? Do you hear him at all? Let's see. John?
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah, I'm at McDonald's here in Dallas.
Okay.
That plays classical music to keep the blacks away.
What are you talking about?
They pump classical music outside the McDonald's, so blacks don't go in there.
Who told you that?
That was news down here in Dallas. The crew here, the high crew we have here in Dallas, says it was big news out here.
Oh.
You're kidding. Why would that keep blacks away?
I guess they don't think they like classical music or something.
You mean they hate classical music so much
They wouldn't go to McDonald's for the food?
you're telling me if I pump classical music into the streets of New York City, all the black people will go away?
That was the rationale. Do you want to talk to the crew member who heard all the news stories about it?
Yeah, let me hear that.
Hold on.
Get out of
How
here.
come nobody told us?
Yeah.
The problem was they had gangbangers down here hanging around,
Oh, I see.
and so what they then did was start playing classical music and ran off the gangbangers.
Really? That's enough to do it, huh?
Yeah.
It's like a movie
Los
plot.
Angeles should get this information.
It's like
Yeah.
attacks.
This information gets out, there ain't going to be black people left.
We did kill Kennedy.
We did kill Kennedy. We know how to do things.
They do know how to handle things.
Not only did you kill Kennedy, you killed him with flair.
Like the camera crew?
It didn't attack the camera crew, but it went crazy on the animal control woman.
Wow.
And he just grabs onto her hand, and she is like hitting it.
She didn't have a
shaking
glove?
it. No, because she didn't. She didn't know what this dog was going to do, and she was headed back to her truck, I guess, to
Wow.
get her stuff. And the woman said to her, "Look, I'm bringing this dog out, and you'd better leave, because if you're still there when I bring this dog out, I'm not going to be responsible for what happens."
Who'd want to live with a dog like that?
And
Was she
that-
screaming, the woman from the Animal Control Center?
Oh, of course. She was
And-
screaming and
And the
running.
news crew doesn't even help her.
No, they stayed behind.
I would too, man. I can't blame those
I
guys.
guess one of them finally did come out and get a stick and clobber the dog over the head, because that's the only way she got away.
It did stop them clobbering over the head, because sometimes they don't
took
even
the
stop.
Stick, it was like a bat or something, and they just,
Sometimes those
pumped
dogs
him.
will stay clamped on you even until they die. Even
Well,
when they're dead, they'll
all
clamp
the-
onto you.
All the bones in her hand were crushed.
Right.
He also bit her breasts,
Whoa.
her face.
Did he rip her clothes off?
Her no, she didn't lose any clothes, amazing.
Did you see her breast get bit?
You just see the dog just leaping and grabbing onto something and then falling down, and but when he got her hand, it was just like a vice. He could not let go
Oh, man.
until this guy clobbered him in the head.
So was that the coolest thing on there?
That was the coolest. Then they had a deer stomping.
A deer stomped a guy?
Yeah.
A deer can kill a guy?
He didn't kill the guy. Nobody dies on this show.
That's embarrassing to be hurt by a deer.
Bambi.
You know what happens a lot of times? I don't know if this was the case, but these hunters go out into the woods and they start doing the mating call for these deers.
Uh-huh.
Or they actually end up doing a call that is basically the call for them to fight other deer. And they do that, and then the deer think they're supposed to go out and fight. Was that what happened on this one?
All you see is like the actual attack, so
you don't know what happened.
how it came about. But just the idea of seeing a deer just stomping a guy
Yeah, it's cool.
is very weird. And they said, thank goodness he didn't use his horns, because it was like a male with all these,
Well, this moose was so big, man. I think he killed this guy because with the I figured, well, how can a moose get a guy down on the ground? What it does is it gives him one good kick, the guy falls, and then the deer just keeps running up on him and stomping on him with his back legs.
Well, this deer was sort of like the same thing.
Yeah.
Just kept stomping on the guy.
Those are cool tapes.
And they had
like
a
that.
snake kept wrapping itself, and then like two guys trying to get a snake off a guy.
How's a snake kill you unless you're like busy wrapping it around yourself?
Well, I guess this was, I don't know whose snake it was. Could have been his snake. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, he realized that the snake had its tail around his throat.
And they showed that to you?
Yeah.
And was the guy going?
And he was trying to get it off, and then it wrapped itself around his. It was really. And then another guy comes, and
Did the
they're
guy look
all
panicked?
pulling. Yeah,
He did?
They're trying to get this, and he's holding on to the snake's head,
Did you
so
see-
it can't bite him.
Did you see the fear in the guy's eyes and everything?
You can't. They're struggling so much. You don't get face shots. It's not like a movie where they can give you those different
Close-ups?
shots.
Yeah. Oh, too
You know
bad.
how a snake kills you, though?
It squeezes you to death, unless it bites
What
you.
they do is they wrap themselves around you, and your lungs can't expand. You can't breathe.
Right.
Right. Every time you breathe out, it tightens, so
tightens,
that
right.
you can't breathe
So you
in
can't
that
breathe.
much.
Does it crush your ribs?
It doesn't have to. It just
No, you just can't breathe.
asphyxiates you. Yeah.
And then it swallows you whole.
That's
It's
always
not swallowing a person whole.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They could do that.
they had a bear attack. I think the bear attack was a reenactment. Though.
Bear attack. Yeah, they got a guy in a bear costume. That ain't funny. Okay, we're back on the air in Albany. We haven't been on since 7:15. This is our board operator, Jason. What happened?
Hello, Howard.
What went wrong, Jason?
I'm actually not your board op.
Oh, okay.
I'm the midday guy here at the Edge in Albany.
So what went wrong?
Well, something just went wrong with our board ops, so...
What, he overslept?
That could be it, so...
Oh, you don't know?
Seen him.
Oh, you haven't seen the guy?
No, I haven't seen him yet, so...
So how did you end up down at the station?
Employee that I am, I came in and helped get your show on the air along
Thank you.
with the assistance of one of my coworkers.
Oh, great. What happened? The PD call you?
No, actually, just... We heard it didn't sound right on the air, so we came in.
Thank you. Well,
that was great.
That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed how when sometimes we're not on the air, like in some of our smaller markets, because the board op oversleeps. I'm always amazed that the program, nobody like sort of has a system worked out. If it wasn't for this midday guy here, we'd still be off the air.
Yeah, thank goodness he just happened to be listening.
Yeah, thanks for doing that, Jason.
Not a problem, Howard.
And let me know what happened to our board op.
You got it.
So we can fire him.
Okay, we'll be in touch.
Unless he's dead, we're firing him.
Well, hopefully he's not dead. We don't want that.
Well, you might wish he was when I'm done with him. Thank you.
Okay, Howard.
We fired one guy in Albany already because we had to put him in rehab.
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah, we gave him a second chance, but that didn't work out.
That guy made quite a name for himself in Albany. That's the bizarre part.
Yeah. All right, Jason.
All right.
Take care, man.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks. All right, so we're back on the air in Albany. We apologize to all our fans in Albany for...
Yeah, we're just joining you.
For about an hour and 15 minutes, we've been off the air, and I guess you missed it. We had an actual Martian visit us for over an hour. But
we made contact.
We made contact, and you missed it because the board op overslept. Unbelievable. Hey, so Stuttering John is in Dallas. We'll check in on him in a minute. There's a guy out there. Is that guy out in the hall who I just ran into? Is he the guy who made love to the dolphin? I wish somebody would produce this show and tell me what's going on.
He looks like a candidate.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I sure would like to get to that.
You think a handsome guy is making love to dolphins?
Was it that hairy guy with the beard? Who's giving you a hard time?
The dolphin guy.
What's the matter?
Well, he wants a cup of coffee.
Right.
So the coffee machine's broken, so I sent somebody down to get the coffee.
Yeah.
And, it'll be here in 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And I said, are you ready to go? And he's like, dude, man, I need my coffee.
Was
The
he
coffee machine is working now.
Was he playing Star for the day?
I don't know what's going on, because he's got all this weird stuff on. He's got a wig and a fake beard and mustache.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
He pasted on a fake,
beard.
Like a beard and a mustache.
Oh, because I saw a weird guy in a beard and mustache, and not knowing it was fake, I just thought the guy had bad facial hair.
For obvious
maybe
reasons.
he is good looking.
I don't know, man.
For obvious reasons, the guy doesn't want to be known.
Identified, yeah.
Well, why make love to a dolphin if you don't want to talk about it later?
Yeah, why be ashamed? So, can we talk to this guy or what?
I have to see if his coffee's here.
If he's going to bust balls about it.
But I just got some coffee out of the machine.
Okay,
It's working
all right,
now.
I'll get it then.
I mean, he needs his coffee. I mean,
There are people who, I can't move, I can't talk, I can't do anything until I have my first cup of coffee.
Dude, if you're that addicted that you can't do anything, then
Get some more sleep.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's like a baby in a bottle. Good Lord.
Think people just like to have these things,
Mm-hmm.
Makes them special.
Rick from Dallas.
Hello.
Hey, well, we're winding down our time in Dallas. Yesterday, we had a frightening phone call from the public relations person from the Dallas radio station. I'd like to play that for you. If that dude's drinking coffee, maybe we should play that now.
I have it ready if you want it.
Is that right? How long is the call?
Baba Booey.
20 minutes and 30 seconds.
I'd have to break first. What should I do here, Gary?
I think we can get the dolphin guy in.
You got him his coffee?
It's on its way. He'll get it.
All right.
He's just acting like strange, but then I should remember he slept with a dolphin.
Right. He's acting strange.
There is no strange.
There's no strange when you sleep with a dolphin. Nothing's too strange, man. I read about this guy in a magazine. It's 100% legit.
I mean, was the dolphin attracted to him? Was the dolphin coming on to him?
Well, they're trying to... come on. Oh, here he is. Here's the dude. And by the way, go over to the grassy knoll. John's sitting there with Crackhead Bob. There he is. Hey, dude. I knew you looked odd. There he is.
Wait a minute.
Wait, I can't hear you, man. Dude, hold on 1 second. We're playing the flipper theme. He's talking, but I don't know what he's saying. We're enjoying the flipper theme. Put on your headphones.
I'm just curious. That's something sick got fraud or what?
Hold on 1 second. What?
Let me share with you that some of that coffee you have.
No, but 1 second, man. Dude, we're listening to the Flipper theme. Put on your headphones. You'll be able to hear it. Just put them on. Gary, can you help the guy with his headphones? You have to rush right out of here. Got a guy here talking and mumbling to himself. Gary runs out. All right.
Does that make you romantic?
Oh, man, it makes me kind of sick.
Are you going to put on that phony voice?
No, man, I'm not putting on a phone.
That's your real voice?
Yeah.
Well, you got to have to get real close to the microphone because I can't hear you.
How's that, man? Am I good?
All right. Is this a real story or am I being scammed?
No, this is a real story, and
that's how you talk? Or you're putting on a disguised voice?
Man.
What?
Do I have to wear these headphones?
Yeah, I think so, because you won't be able to hear us.
Yeah, you won't be able to hear me.
So you'll just be talking and no one will be hearing you.
Listen, I'm telling you something. That first thing I got to tell you, man, is I roll out of bed out of respect for the show, out of respect for what you people are doing down here, because I think it's a noble thing.
Right.
And I come down here, and the machine is broken out there. I mean, this young lady.
The coffee machine.
The coffee machine.
Yeah, all right, well, dude, but it's, what can I tell you?
It's great. This is like a high-quality show. It's
Get close to the microphone.
It's a classy sort of thing, and that's just crazy from where
Things break.
I spend time down in islands, down in like South America, and places like it's a classy sort of.
There's a magazine called Black Book. It's a brand new magazine. It's a brand new magazine.
Yeah.
And I was reading it because it was an article about this guy who made love to a dolphin.
Is it making love or is it just plain?
Well, he claims it is making love, right?
It's definitely making love, because with that you cannot go and have sex with a dolphin because they don't want you to do that, man. They are very spiritual sort of animals. They're very tender, they're very gentle, and they're not going to copulate with you unless you can create this very intense, this very serious bond, man.
Okay, all right.
Well, if it's such a beautiful thing, why are you all disguised?
Well, because... go ahead.
Go on, Howard.
Well, probably because there's laws against it.
Howard can't relate.
Stop. There's laws against making love to dogs.
Yeah, bestiality is against the law.
Exactly.
Is it?
Of course it is. There were guys getting arrested for making love to dogs and horses.
That's for damaging property.
But let me make something clear. I want you guys to understand something. This isn't bestiality. This is zoophilia.
Zoophilia.
It's a big difference, Howard. No, really, it's a huge difference, because bestiality is when you force sex upon an animal.
Right.
And zoophilia is when it's consenting. When the animal.
Well, I got to tell you. I mean, I don't see a difference myself, but I read that in your article, but I don't see a difference.
Well, the big difference is this: you got freaks out there, weirdos of all kinds, which I'm sure you understand. And
right.
Will take an animal and they'll force themselves upon it. You have these weirdos up in the Himalayas. These farmers, man, they wear these big.
All right, well, let's describe what you did. Let's describe.
And they put their legs in the boots. Okay, I was down in Key West.
Okay.
In Key West.
And had you ever made love to an animal before?
I was down in Key West because friends of mine have a place in Hemingway's old house down there.
Okay.
It's where these buddies of mine live.
Okay. And had you just heard about that while you were down there?
No.
You had heard about it before?
Yeah, no.
You specifically went down there to make love to a dolphin?
Specifically went down there to try to form a bond with a dolphin. Yeah.
So
okay.
Did you date the dolphin?
Well, wait a second. Had you ever had sex with any other? She's going to make fun of it, yeah.
She's going to make fun of this.
Yeah, right. This is a very beautiful thing.
Not enough for me to come on here.
All right, listen to me. So I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. So had you ever made love to an animal before?
No. Man. I mean, I swing all ways, but I've never done that.
Okay, you've been with men and women.
Yeah, man,
okay,
sure. I'm a writer. I try to experience everything so I can
write about
relate it in my literature. Exactly.
Okay.
I know you understand.
All right. Would you try jumping off a building? That might be something you want to try next.
I have bungee jumped on.
You have?
I've done that.
Well, that takes some balls.
Yeah.
All right. So you went down to your friend's house in the Key West area.
Yes.
And how do you begin to...
How do you approach a dolphin?
You say in your article that the dolphin is the smartest mammal, maybe even smarter than human beings.
Absolutely.
And they like human beings and they want to mate with them. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not like that at all. In fact, they're very scared of human beings. They don't want to come around them.
Right.
But what I have to
get close to that microphone.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
What I have to do is I get in the water, and I gotta put out this aura, this feeling.
Right. So you get into the water, and you what? You begin to what? Touch the animal?
No. First, you have to spend time and just make like you're hanging out and everything is cool and you're not going to be weird, you're not going to be a freak, you're not dangerous.
Right. You're not going to be threatening to the animal.
Right, exactly.
And you hang out with this dolphin, and dolphins are so smart that they sort of, like, dolphins have been known to save man. If a man is, like, thrown overboard.
Yeah, I saw something about that the other day. They were talking about how dolphins saved this guy from a shark.
He's like on that show about the animal attack.
Right,
you saw that, Robin?
Yeah.
Right.
That show was a trip, wasn't it?
It was.
You're a trip. Okay, so you
I don't know which is trippier, you or that show.
All right, so you're down there and you meet a dolphin, and you begin to what?
I didn't meet the dolphin. I go to a place where through my research, I find out that the dolphins, they swim and they hang out. So I'm hanging out.
You're swimming among dolphins?
I'm swimming among dolphins.
You sense their intelligence?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and you meet one particular dolphin that seems to bond with you.
So this one very, very beautiful female dolphin starts taking, I guess, a little bit of a liking to me, and she kind of comes and rubs up against my leg, or will
swims up against
swims
it.
Up against
You're in a full body of water.
You're in a full body of water.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you there?
Who?
You.
Well, I read the article. I'm trying to be.
Howard does his research, man.
Yeah, I mean, the guy sent me the article. I read it.
Show.
Yeah, okay.
I know the dude does his research.
All right, so then
that's important to the whole trip.
You felt a sense of communication with this animal, and now, like the movie From Here to Eternity, where Burt Lancaster's laying on the beach.
Yeah.
Don't you have to get to some dry land with this animal?
Well, you're in the shallows, man. You're waiting, basically.
And dolphins will go in the shallows.
Dolphins will come in the shallows.
Okay, so when you make
time, though, mind you, this took me about 8 or 9 days to get to this point.
And the dolphin kept returning every time to you?
Many different dolphins. After about 5 or 6 days, man, I started noticing this one dolphin that was the same one. Because just like us, they're distinct. They have features. They have characters.
You could actually distinguish between the dolphins?
Absolutely.
All right, and was it a female or a male dolphin?
No, this one particular, first the males will come around and they kind of do just like what you would do. They make themselves known. Yeah. They want to show their presence, their machismo.
But this one was a female.
Then a female started coming out.
All right, well, at least you're not weird. At least it was with a woman. You know what I mean?
Definitely with a woman.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
She started coming close, started rubbing up against me, and started, believe it or not, I know you'll laugh at this, but they kind of look a little sexy, look attractive, you know, like the way
they're giving you eyes?
They kind of do the eyes thing, and they kind of make these faces. But you know what I'm saying, because you've seen that with, like, even a female dog, for instance, man. Don't you notice sometimes they try to
look at you with puppy eyes?
Cute, coy.
Okay, whatever. Well, I've never noticed that, but if you tell me that's the truth, then what can I tell you? All right,
you can tell yourself anything.
Right, all right. So now you're saying that you're down there on the beach, or whatever, in the shallows, and this one. Let's get to the point.
Okay,
so the dolphins. So you're with the dolphins, and you begin to touch this dolphin, and you begin to bond with it. And do you kiss the dolphin?
Okay, man. I'm waiting in the shallows, man, around Hemingway's place is what I'm telling you. And I'm down there. And you got to remember, it's all for the cause that I'm doing this. That's
I understand you're a writer and you want,
but the
whatever.
cause is this, man.
Right.
That's the cause.
Black Book.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
This was an assignment.
Well, I'm very tight with the fellas from the magazine. They're doing something.
All right, get to the dolphin,
Go on.
So you, what do you do? You begin kissing the dolphin? I read that.
You begin to try to touch it, to try to get close to it, to try to create some sort of a mutual bond.
Does it make a noise while you're touching it?
Yes, those noises, believe it or not, that you are playing in the back
are very accurate.
Fun of me,
right?
Are accurate, man.
And while you're touching this thing, are you nude in the water?
I'm wearing I'm wearing one of my thongs.
A thong.
A thong, you know.
All right, I can see you're well built. I mean, I can see you could possibly wear a thong, right, Robin?
I can pull it off.
I can pull it off. Why don't you slip into your thong and tell us the rest of the story? Okay, so
get a better picture.
All right, so wait a second. So now you're telling me that you 100% legit. You
100%.
swear on the Lord Jesus
I
Christ.
swear on the Lord Jesus Christ that this is true by my craft and by the fellas at the Black Book.
Okay, because
this is a
otherwise
true
you're going to
story.
lose all credibility as a journalist.
Yes, I understand.
And
All
so
right.
will the Black Book.
Right.
No, this is a...
Because I'm getting very ready to throw up.
No, Howard, this is a beautiful thing. You gotta trust him.
All right, so now
He's
you...
rubbing the dolphin.
So you're rubbing the dolphin with what, belly and everything, and you
Yes,
check that it's a
exactly.
girl.
So the dolphin, well, there's a way to check, and what they have is they have a
They have a vagina.
slit.
They have a vagina,
slit.
right.
Yes, a vagina, okay.
How many
Brother,
times did you do it with the dolphin?
I did it many times.
Really?
I had to do it for days and days and days because I wanted to morph into the whole...
Does a dolphin feel...
And you would come back day
And I
after
was
day.
writing this article. It had to... Well, I didn't write the article. You got to understand, I'm not the writer, but I was writing the research
Right,
for
but
Raymond Montclair to write
the
this
same
article, man.
female dolphin would come back. So it looked like you had a little affair.
Yes, man, we absolutely had an affair.
And let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Does it feel like a woman?
Oh, yeah.
I think we've lost him to the dolphin.
You've gone over to the other side.
No, it's not something I want to do. You got to understand, I'm not a freak.
Now, here's the guy who says it's against the law. Is this Steve?
Yeah.
All right, and you are what? Are you a lawyer?
No, I'm a environmental person.
Go ahead. Tell me about this.
The Fish and Wildlife Act, Marine Mammals Act, prevents the disturbing of any mammal in its natural habitat. Certainly doing what he did is a disturbance.
Now, have you read the Marine Mammal Act?
Yes.
Absolutely, my man. I
You
have
have.
that. I had to do all my research before I did, so I'm aware of all the laws out there.
Well, let me ask you something, Steve, on the phone. Is this a common occurrence where man will mate with a dolphin or have sex with one?
Well, it's not mating. It's any disturbance. If in that show they showed a lady playing with a manatee and she touched it, and she was actually prosecuted under that act.
Wow. She touched it. This is more than touching.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about bureaucracy.
And
man.
I wouldn't
That's
recommend
all.
this. I could imagine a guy could even lose his penis doing something like this. This is dangerous.
You got to understand, they could bend their bodies.
Not like a girl.
Excuse me.
Because girls have legs that get in the way.
Yeah, they're much more pliable than a human female. But also, this is important. This is the thing I want to say. Howard,
Yeah.
Howard,
Oh,
let me
man.
say one thing.
Yeah, right.
The dolphin.
This guy hung up. Yeah.
The dolphin has an orgasm, man.
It does.
Yes, that's what
A
this
loving
is all
orgasm.
about.
Right. Isn't that an orgasm a mental? I guess it's not. I guess it's a
There's
physical
no
thing.
other
There is a
animals.
physical
No.
thing. to
Yes.
orgasm,
Yes.
of course.
Listen, you guys, please, I want you to relate to this. No other
Okay.
animals.
I got news for you. We ain't going to relate to any of this, but go ahead.
No other animals.
In the animal kingdom have
Animal
orgasms.
kingdom besides the human beast has an orgasm.
Except for the dolphin.
Exactly, man. They're so close to us. And
Well, this is fascinating.
no, you have to just imagine what that's
what?
about.
So
what
what?
I'm saying here.
Yeah. What do you want me to do with that information?
They have pleasure in sex.
So?
It's very different from. So they're not just doing it for
Wow.
procreation.
Now, here's Linda. Linda, you're on the air.
Hey,
So,
Linda.
how you doing?
Yeah, hi.
The guy who's talking to you, his name is Evan Schindler. He's the publisher of Black Book, and he's scamming you.
Of course he is.
No, is that any truth to that? Are you the public?
Absolutely not.
You are not Evan
Yes, he
Schindler.
is.
He says he's not.
Yes, he is.
He says he's Roy.
Voice. I can tell his voice. It absolutely is him.
Well,
All talking about the cause. It's Evan Schindler, and he's scamming you.
well, he's saying he's not. He's saying he's telling the truth. He's sworn on the Lord Jesus Christ.
His name is Evan Schindler.
Well, by the way, first of all, I don't know who Evan Schindler
I don't know
is.
who she is.
I don't know who you are, and I am here to absolutely say that he has not admitted to that. So you cannot say that.
How do you know if Evan Schindler hasn't slept with a dolphin? You
Right.
don't know anything.
We don't know anything.
Listen, I know all those guys from the magazine.
Right.
Well,
You
they're
know
very
Evan,
cool.
and you are not
he's
Evan.
a cool guy. He's, he backed this whole thing. He was
Right.
a little apprehensive about it. But if you read that article, it's done in a very intellectual way. It's not exploitational. It's not trying to be weird or freakish.
Right.
It's actually very intelligent, and it's about, the real...
Now, you're not recommending this for other people to do, are you?
Of course not.
You're not. You're not.
And when you left the dolphin, was your heart broken?
Oh, no, it's not that kind of thing, brother. You gotta
Brother. It's not like that. It's what he said.
Okay, so I don't understand. He went back and had lots of sex with the dolphin,
Yeah.
but he didn't really feel anything.
Well, he's saying he didn't get emotional about it. It's not like he's
That's
going
what
to
I'm
want to
saying. He
marry the
didn't
goddamn
feel
thing.
anything. You're leaving, and this was like some of the best sex you ever had.
It's like, didn't you ever have an affair with a woman and then just leave?
No.
You never did that?
I never did
All right, well. Well, anyway, this is a fascinating story. You claim it's 100% on the level. There are going to be those who say it can't be.
Yeah,
Jackie, you don't think it is, right?
I don't believe one
Like this freak
syllable.
who just called up and wants to just make some mockery out of, say, the guys from the magazine are doing some bull or something. I mean,
The voice and all.
I gotta read
but
this
of
article.
course, man,
I read the article. It was
Yeah, but you guys got to understand that, of course, I'm going to come on and be a little funny about the whole thing.
Do you have any proof?
Any pictures, any verification.
Well, no, it wasn't about
It was researched.
who would take pictures of something like that?
I would.
You would have somebody watch it. You make love to a dolphin.
I would take pictures if I was going to do that.
Really?
For research.
Maybe not in the act, but at least.
Well, listen, Roy.
You're with some dolphins.
Here you are to say this is your story. You slept with a dolphin. That a dolphin can be seduced by a human being, and that you successfully did this and felt emotion toward the dolphin, and the dolphin had an orgasm. Would that be summing it up?
Zoophilia, not
Bestiality.
Robin, you understand the situation. But
Evidently, Robin.
Please.
Robin,
Don't
you
say I understand.
Robin, you understand the situation, man. So, okay. Anyway, listen.
But Howard,
Yeah.
also there's something else though that I think you would dig is this other article on the nude beaches in the area.
All right, well, I'll check
That's
that
a
out.
very cool
I found the
article.
magazine to be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
So I thought it was good. Black Book is the name of the magazine. Roy is the guy who I read about.
What
and
can we expect next month?
Yeah, where do you go
This
from
is
there,
something
Roy?
Very cool that they're doing in the next issue. Fidel Castro has actually, because there's an
Don't tell me you slept with him.
No, but
How hard is he to get?
There's an
Harder than a
article in
dolphin?
Can he have an orgasm?
There's an article in here about 10 days in Havana. Like, it's this whole trip about going down and, going to Havana and experiencing all the prostitution and the cheap hotels and the lifestyle there that is really a little bit sad. And Fidel Castro, because of that article, has agreed to have a sit-down with these fellas from Black Book and have a conversation.
Hi, Dave, you're on the air. Dave? Oh, he's gone.
Dave is gone.
All right. Yeah, Dave's gone. I thought he was pissed off at this guy. He wanted to let him have it, but I guess he's
You guys
gone.
pissed off at me?
I'm not pissed off. It's
I know
just
a lot of people would be pissed off about
I mean, I think it's
this,
disgusting, to be honest with you. I never heard of any
can
such nonsense, making love to a dolphin, but I wanted to hear how you did it. Well, you've explained it. I've listened to it, and what can I say? I mean,
Can't you maybe see, though, how, like, it could actually
No.
be something for the sake of intellectual purposes, for literature, for art, that
No.
maybe this would be something that...
maybe intellectual porpoises, but not purposes. I don't understand. And what is the difference between a porpoise and a dolphin?
I don't know. Ask him. He's the lover.
No, man, I'm not this big animal expert. Or
Right.
How do you know you didn't have a porpoise?
Yeah, how do you know? That would be wrong.
That's a good point.
That's
would
right.
be wrong. The water, Howard, so...
The water is hard. I once made love to my wife in the water. It was
Water doesn't help. Huh?
water slows things down.
It's an
It's an inhibitor.
Yeah. You need a lot of lubrication.
Yeah, but she's used to doing it in the water, the girl he had.
Hey, excuse me for 1 minute. Stuttering John's on the phone. He's on the grassy knoll in Dallas.
All right.
And I'll be playing the tape next of the representative we contacted at the radio station yesterday. John was escorted from our radio station, the Eagle in Dallas, right out by the police. And then we had a conversation with one of their representatives over there. But John's on the grassy knoll today. John, you there?
Hey, Howard.
And is Crackhead Bob there?
Yep.
John says about 150 people have just kind of wandered by. So he's just hanging out there. And let me ask you something. Is Crackhead Bob prepared to make a statement?
I think so.
I gave Crackhead Bob a statement to make. And
right.
go ahead. Address the people, Crackhead.
Okay. Well, first things first, I am sorry. Okay.
That's not the statement. I told you to make my statement.
No, he has it. How do you want him to do it on the megaphone?
No, I don't care how he does it. Address the crowd. Whatever you guys want to do.
Go ahead.
Okay. Dallas is like me talking babe.
What?
All right.
Somehow I think they don't know any more than I do.
Is that it, Bob? All right. Bob will be addressing the crowd some more later on in the program. It was beautiful. I don't know what he said.
One more time.
All right, one more time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Dallas like talking a pipe. Woo! Got it or no?
No.
No.
That isn't even what I told you to say.
What did you tell him to say?
I told him that Dallas without Howard is like Bob without crack.
That's what he was supposed to be saying?
Yeah, give him one sentence.
Oh, my goodness.
And he
Come
practiced.
on.
He practiced for an hour. All right, go practice the rest of the speech.
Oh, okay.
All right. Maniac. All right, listen, I want to thank Roy from Black Book Magazine.
Thank you very much.
Who slept with a dolphin.
Do you have a girlfriend, Roy?
Actually, I was just dating Naomi Campbell. And
Oh, please.
yeah, I'm serious.
Just get out.
You know.
Were you really? You were going out with Naomi Campbell?
Yeah.
She was crying at the Versace funeral, man, like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she was going wild.
All that work.
All that work gone. Yeah. Elton John was crying, too.
Yeah, well,
That is kind of sad.
He is a very sensitive man.
When you say you were dating Naomi Campbell, did she know that you were?
Did she know that we were dating?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. We were tight.
Well, why don't you get her on the phone right now?
We broke up.
Broke up. Yeah, this guy never saw her.
Yeah, really.
That's right. All right, anyway, we want to thank Roy for explaining how to sleep with dolphins. And
I wouldn't try his technique.
I wouldn't believe a word of it, quite frankly. But all right, listen, whatever. There he is. You believe it or not.
There you go.
Roy and his dolphins. Thanks, Roy.
Hey, thanks, man.
All right, man. And we'll be back right after.